Hey, fellow YouTubers, GameBro here, and here's my next walkthrough I'm going to be recording. It is a sequel to one of the games I have Let's Played over 3.5 years ago. One of my final camera Let's Plays. One that I'm probably not going to redo because I do not despise it. But, indeed, graffiti is art. But focus on it being illegal. This is Let's Play Jet Set Radio Future. One of the several Sega games that only made to Microsoft's console. Sega support for classic Xbox was great. I originally heard that Microsoft was originally going to have Xbox backwards compatible with the Dreamcast, but it didn't. Obviously, didn't turn out that case. Instead, Sega put in some of their games only on classic Xbox, which is odd because Microsoft's an American company and Sega's Japanese. So unfortunately, many of the games did not sell that well. I mean, this one didn't sell terribly. It sold like around 200,000 copies, which is decent back then. Well, anyways, let's get into a new game instead of just this plain old title screen. You'll rather watch me play through this, probably. Here's our introduction character, not beat like the last game. Korn's got nothing on him. Alrighty, let's speak to one of my favorite Jet Set Radio characters. One who I liked as a character, but not so much as choosing, because she was only able to pick up 15 spray cans. That prevented me from enjoying playing more, but Gum this time around is definitely a character I thoroughly enjoy using. Simple stuff. Something preschoolers can get. I just did that thrice in a row. Indeed, gum. Indeed, gummy gum. So let us have some fun grinding, which was what the first game was named after in the States. Jet Grind Radio. Once again, you do not have to balance it like you do in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or something. You just have to... You stay on as long as you wish until the rail ends, or you jump onto another one. Spray can. That's what makes this differentiate from Tony Hawk. Tag is also a big part of the game. Also part of this game. And obviously, it's prequel. Spray cans have been grabbed. I'm showing off a few tricks that I'm not supposed to learn just yet. You speak to some character in the garage, this place is called, and as you make progress, it'll teach you about some techniques and whatnot. I will not be showing these off. I will be explaining them as I make some progress. Let's spray. And what's that? Gummy gum? That replaces the R trigger move from the first game. We go for a boost for a few seconds. Then you have to wait a few seconds to dash again. The dash in this game makes the dash in the prequel look like absolute garbage. Although you don't have as good control, it's still quite neat to have. Start that test. Gum speaks the truth. Even as you're doing well, you still get criticized. But he's the one you want to speak to if you want to change the settings. Like for one thing, you're able to change the background music for this area. Music, just like the prequel, is perhaps the best part about the game. So many catchy songs, so many memorable songs. I love to pick up the soundtrack for this if it has officially released. Except for one particular song which is rather painful to listen to, but we'll get to that when we cross the bridge. A noob, am I? How about a newbie at least? DJ Professor Gay reappears in this game. Professor K has some really neat commentary, just like in Jet Set Radio, about the future. Even if he is obnoxious at times.
Yeah, this is DJ Professor K, baby, the master of mayhem, know what I'm saying? Bring you another Tokyo Underground pirate radio broadcast from Jet Set Radio. I'm gonna bust into your head through your cute little ears and blow your mind with my sexy voice and out-of-sight sounds. Those of you prone to nosebleeds should keep those tissues handy, suckers.
This isn't Aichi.
Tokyo's being oppressed by the Rokkaku Group, a mega enterprise headed by Rokkaku Goji. Rokkaku is using his money and influence to mess with everything. Industry, society, and even our culture. And he's even got his eyes set on City Hall. Lately, Rokkaku's been shaking down the government, passing that Rokkaku law crap, even buying off the police department. This law ain't nothing but garbage. It's just some selfish little punk's way of trying to show he's a big man. Rokkaku and his gang are trying to stomp out our culture left and right. They don't give a rip about our rights. All they care about is profit. And
Screw them, then.
Fools have already become flunkies in their diabolical scheme. You better believe they're listening on this broadcast. But even in all this heat, there's a group of young kids who've been tearing up the streets. I'm talking about the Rudies. These kids have set out to bury Tokyo and Graffiti. And now they're all wrapped up in their own little territorial tug-of-war. The hottest team at the moment is the GGs. There's Yo-Yo, a guy who'll blow your mind with silver tongue. And Gum, a real cool lady who leads a trail of broken hearts wherever she goes. And let's not forget their leader, a self-styled genius that goes by the name of Korn. These three ain't your garden variety street punk. Know what I'm saying? Lately, Tokyo's
They're full of awesome.
The attack on the record store on Chuo Street, prowlers and
Even with the lack of beat.
lowlifes spreading vicious rumors. The mysterious black
He's on the cover, so need I say that he is in this game, thankfully, and pretty early on.
With the Rokkaku Expo just around the corner, the crackdowns are only getting tighter. My heart ain't pounded like this since my first date. I was so nervous, know what I'm saying? I forgot to wear my underwear, baby.
Details.
Sipping afternoon tea. Game's gonna start soon, and y'all gonna be the one making the plays.
Loading screens aren't much to look at. So let's start out with our default character, Yo. Yes, I'm talking to ye, Roboy. So you can change your background music. I think it's Graffiti. I haven't collected any of them souls. Getting ahead of myself. Six will be taught, but even when they sneak, you don't have to go through these. You can just learn them these on your own. You don't. It's not like Banjo-Kazooie or something where you have to go through a tutorial or for the character to do whatever that moveset is. Pick any character, game and stuff here. Now don't save the top file. That is my practice one. Truth be told, I have yet to finish this game. I bought this game from my brother's comrade around 3 years ago, but I couldn't make it past a certain part, like 2 hours into the game. So I just... Yeah, obviously I haven't been able to make progress. A friend of mine was nice enough to re-pick up this game for me, and I just haven't gotten around to getting into it until just recently. I know I'm a disgrace to the Sega gaming community. I just have so many games as it is, so see where I need to go. I believe I need to go northeast. Let's head this away. To the hills we go. But this game...
Yo, all right. Let's get this party started.
Never mind.
I'll be your audience, so let's see what you got. Someone done stole the goddess in the streets, the statue of Dogen Zaka Hill. I bet the punks who did this are the same ones who are spreading all them nasty rumors. Cover Dogen Zaka Hill in graffiti and flush out those rumor-spreading scumbags.
This copy, particular, also came with Sega GT 2002. Don't kill me, but I haven't tried just yet. But I'll get around to it one of these days. I will. An incredibly easy Graffiti soul. So, allow me to explain the controls here. The control scheme is nowhere near as simple as the first game where anyone can pick up and play. This one is a bit more complex. I mean, most gamers can still pick up and enjoy. No sweat. But, obviously going through real basic stuff. As you're grinding, you repeatedly press either X or Y to keep doing tricks as you're literally grinding, not like RPG-wise. You also press Y to turn around. You go the same speed except when you're trying to dash. You can't do it backwards. This game is nothing but style. So neat. You can jump onto certain walls, mostly billboards, and you're able to jump off them just like in the first game. As you're in mid-air, if you press X/Y at the right time, you'll do some tricks in mid-air. And one way to be able to find, like, for the souls to be able to appear. Well, right now it just says bring paint, but once you do that particular mission, some sub-missions you can do, like getting a certain amount of points before you land. Do like a certain amount of tricks in air before you land and whatnot. A lot of them are pretty much the same, but they are still need to go through. You press the left trigger to put the camera behind you. I must say the controls have improved this time around. They weren't that good in the first game, to be honest. In fact, the first game isn't a good game compared to this. To be blunt, sorry Dreamcast fanboys, but Jet Set Radio sucks compared to this. It really does. Just like how how Smash Bros sucks compared to Melee. I mean, of course I enjoyed the first game, but I've always felt like there's something lacking in that game. This game, Future, comes pretty damn close to perfecting it. Just so many things you can grind on. It's a blast. This game is some of the most fun I've had with classic Xbox. It's definitely my top 5. Maybe my top 3. Up with Forza and Halo 2. Classic Forza's probably my favorite racing game still. But getting back to the controls, you push down on the left thumb pad to go for a slide, so you're more likely able to spray graffiti on the wall without having to backtrack, which is slightly annoying. Gotta keep collecting them spray cans. You'll be using them a ton. The one and only, the biggest badass in the entire game, or games. So, let's go speaking to this dude. Just like in the first game, you have to copy his or her movements, and then eventually he or she will lighten up to you. Absolutely. Just simple things to mimic. You gotta jump there twice. And Geronimo. Ugh. Come now, lighten up. Breaking the glass set has got to be painful. One day, actually, never mind. Absolutely, that is my main priority right now. The sooner I unlock this character, the better. Oh, and while on these half pipes, if you skate up to one and hold X, you'll be sliding back down with extra speed. It's not really something that helps a lot, especially if you have a bunch of spray cans to have you dash anyways, but it's still undeniably stylish and cool. Impressed? Yet beat? I'm tempted to switch to Beat or Gum the minute I can. Those are my two favorite characters in this game, at least thus far. They're probably going to stick in my top 2. So if you have 3 free spray cans, you just change your character, save the game to your heart's content. Alrighty. Righto, sir. Affirmative. Absolutely not. So the map here. This is where we need to head to. Can't really take any shortcuts.
3, 2, 1.
I'm sure most of us can agree, or am I just crazy, that racing other GGs is the weakest part about the game. Just didn't really care for these in the first game, but this one, you do have a little more strategy to them. I'm not sure if you can call it strategy, but if you pick up spray cans, I've stated multiple times that you can go for a boost. Whereas, you gotta pick the right path, see if those spray cans are worth it or not. And these stages are more complex. A lot more so. These races are more enjoyable to go through. In fact, I would play through these again if I could. So stylish. Gotta love a game with style. How far is he? It's far behind. but I think I should manage. Sweat. Can't turn sharply so well as you're boosting, as stated. So 30 is a maximum for this guy. Xbox didn't have a lot of great exclusives. It was the weakest of the three consoles, but the stuff that's good on here is really flippin' good. It's not just Halo or Fable that you can enjoy on classic Xbox, which for obvious reasons like Virtua that instead of Xbox One. Xbox One, really? Kind of a name is that? Yeah, I just call it classic so it won't be confusing. Same catchphrase in the first game. Excellent. Hurrah.